What is up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman here. Today we have a motorcycle close call, but was handled extremely well by this DDFM crew member. You guys voted for this one, so make sure you guys subscribe so you can vote for the next ones. But let's jump right into it. Before we jump into this, I'm asking. I never really do when it comes to something like this. But guys, I'm trying to raise as much money as possible for the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, which is going to go towards the Movember Foundation. So what I'm doing is raising money for men's mental health and physical health. There's a whole bunch that goes into it. Links in the description. But please, if you can donate at $2, $5, whatever it is, please do so. All the money goes straight to the charity, not to me. Trying to get #1 in the world. I have until the end of September. So go there, please. All right, let's jump right into it. So right here, we're going to go to about 60 kilometers per hour. He's not using a rock form mount, but I don't care. Donate, guys. Donate to the charity. I don't want to do anything with sponsors right now. But anyways, we're supposed to be going 50 kilometers per hour. Okay, 62. Not a big deal. Okay, 5 over when it comes to miles per hour, basically. Okay, everybody does that. We have this right here. We have him holding the clutch or getting ready to pull in that clutch. We also have his hands covering those brakes. Why do you think this is a good area and a good situation to do this in? You know, is it yellow stage, white stage, red stage, brown stage? I saved it for last. It's orange stage. Okay, so we have blind curves, we have blind everything. So you want to go ahead and get prepped and ready. You don't need crazy body angle. You don't need any of that stuff for right here, right? But it looks like there's intersections coming up. It looks like there's a bad line of sight. There's not really good escape paths. So I'm going to go maybe 10 kilometers over the speed limit. Not a big deal. But let's go ahead and remove our reaction time when it comes to this. So all we have to do is perceive and then act when it comes to total stopping distance. So very good on that. And you're going to see why it's very important. So we're shifting and everything. Very good. Okay, we shifted up. Okay, we're getting to go. And boom, right here. So this right here, I understand it's blurry, but the thing is, when you see any families or any pedestrians on the side of the road, easily orange stage. He's already in it, though. He's already in orange stage. Now what we need to be doing is positioning ourselves for safety. Okay, so for this one, it's going to be better to be in lane position 3. But since we're doing an after-action review, we're not in his head, so maybe he felt like this was the best lane position, which actually is a pretty good one. You got escapes to the left and right. These people came up around this turn, so he couldn't really navigate around that, but we're getting ready just in case something happens, okay? So right away, we have a ball going into the road. Okay? Now, this is one of those scary situations whenever I was driving a fire truck or ambulance going through a neighborhood, lights and sirens, and this is one of the reasons why I always turned it off, because a lot of kids want to come out and say, honk the horn, or they'll be playing around, jump into the road, and it's really scary to have to apply the brakes when you're trying to get to an emergency. But this is the situation when it comes to motorcycle riding. So what can I pull from that? Well, if you're in an area where there's a lot of kids and you see a ball bouncing across the road, guess what? A kid's probably going to chase after it. If you see pedestrians on the side of the road and there's a kids there at all, it doesn't matter if they have a ball or not, they do some pretty crazy dumb things. They don't look left, right, left, all these different things. Parents need to be on, high alert when it comes to that situational awareness. Orange stage when you're next to a road with your kids. But this is the type of stuff that can happen. So thankfully, this motorcycle rider, this crew member, witnessed that, saw it, and had to do something. Okay, we went into red stage maneuver right here and swerved out of the way. Now, the ball would not have been the biggest problem. So let's just go back just a little bit. The ball would cause a problem, not the craziest. You might lose a little traction, but it's not going to be like it's oil or a bunch of sand or even grass. The biggest concern here is that child running after, and then you're running into the child. That will cause you to crash. That will cause severe injury, maybe even death for the child. And these are things we don't want to deal with. We really don't want to deal with that. So just a simple swerve from lane position 2 to lane position 3, and then we're going to go a little bit wide and go into lane position 1 of the next lane. Perfectly fine, though. There's no real factors or hazards that are coming at us. So all we have to do is just get back into our lane, which is exactly what he does. And then now we're in a safe place. We're in a safe environment. Now we don't really have to worry about the kids behind us. They can't catch up. But right here, if you feel like your anxiety and your adrenaline kicked up, go and roll off the throttle and pull off as soon as you can. Check your pants if you have to. But this was an amazing yellow, orange to red, back to orange, back to yellow stage maneuver. And that's all you have to do, okay? So I want you guys to understand you don't have to swerve all the way across the road and have to swerve all the way back. Usually it's just about 1 to 2, maybe even 3 at the most lane position changes when it comes to swerving. So when you're out practicing your swerve, so let's say you're going 60 kilometers per hour, maybe 40 miles per hour, whatever it is, what you can do is pretend that ball that we saw just a little bit earlier. Let's go ahead and just go back anyways. Let's go ahead and pretend that ball is actually, let's say, a manhole cover, okay? So pretend you're going down 30, 40, 50 miles per hour, 60 kilometers per hour, whatever it is. You see a manhole cover coming up, you go ahead and do a nice quick swerve around it. You don't have to go crazy, you don't even have to leave your lane, nothing. But this is a good way to practice your swerves at more of a higher speed, and actually talk about that in my favorite way of practicing the swerve. So I do it in the parking lot or in an area where you can do it, and then I actually go out riding because I prefer doing it that way because we're already moving. We need to practice our swerve at speeds that we typically ride at, so 35 plus miles per hour. So that's why I like to go out on the road and do some little swerves around manhole covers and tar snakes. But this was an amazing swerve. I absolutely love what he did. He removed his reaction time when it came to perception reaction, but we're not braking, but still swerving time. So it's very good on him, making sure he's situationally aware. This is a smart rider. I'm glad you guys picked this one because this is a really good one to go over. But just remember, blind spots, get prepped and ready, orange stage, swerve if you have to. You don't have to swerve like crazy, and get yourself away from these patterns, which is going to be kids and people on the side of the road, okay? With that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll be seeing you around.